Look, I'm gonna be straight with you. Most people think Google Gemini is just another chatbot where you ask basic questions and get boring answers. They couldn't be more wrong. I've spent the last 3 months absolutely destroying my productivity limits with Gemini, and I'm about to show you features that will fundamentally change how you work, create content, and solve problems in 2026. And here's the thing, 90% of users are leaving these capabilities on the table. They're paying for premium features or using 10 different tools when Gemini can do it all in one place. So if you've ever felt like you're missing something with AI, or you're wondering why everyone's suddenly getting more done while you're stuck in the same routine, this video is going to fix that problem permanently. Let's dive in. Section 1, the multimodal monster. First up, we need to talk about something most people completely overlook. Gemini doesn't just read text. It can process images, videos, audio, and code simultaneously. And I don't mean one at a time. I mean all together, understanding context across different formats. Here's a real scenario that happened to me last week. I'm working with a client who sent me a voice memo explaining their video marketing strategy, a screenshot of their competitor's YouTube channel, and a spreadsheet of their current performance metrics. Normally, this would take me 30 minutes to piece together. I'd listen to the audio, take notes, analyze the screenshot separately, look at the spreadsheet, then somehow synthesize all this information. Instead, I dropped everything into Gemini at once. I uploaded the audio file, the screenshot, and the spreadsheet, then typed, analyze the strategy discussed in the audio file, compare it to the competitor approach shown in the screenshot, and identify 3 specific opportunities based on the performance data. Give me an action plan. 15 seconds later, I had a detailed breakdown that would have taken me an hour to create manually. It understood that the voice memo mentioned short-form content while the competitor was crushing it with long-form analysis videos, something their data showed they were weak in. This is where Gemini absolutely destroys traditional AI tools. It's not just processing each input separately. It's finding connections between different formats of information that you might miss completely. Let me show you another example that's pure gold for anyone creating content. Say you're building a presentation about sustainable fashion trends. You've got a PDF research report, some images from fashion shows, and a video clip from a documentary. Drop them all in. Using these sources, create a presentation outline that connects the research data with visual examples and backs it up with the expert commentary from the video. Focus on emerging designers under 30. Look at this. It's pulling specific statistics from the PDF, identifying which fashion show images match those trends, and even time-stamping relevant quotes from the video. This is the kind of comprehensive analysis that used to require a team of researchers. But here's what makes this actually useful instead of just impressive. It's not drowning you in information. It's synthesizing everything into actionable insights. Notice how it's saying, Slide 3 should feature this image with this statistic because the expert in the video validates this exact trend at the 347 mark. That's connecting dots across formats. That's what multimodal actually means in practice. Section 2, code execution that actually works. Now let's talk about something that's going to sound technical, but I promise it's going to blow your mind even if you've never written a line of code in your life. Gemini can write code and then actually run it to give you real results, not just show you code that might work. It executes it right there in the conversation. Okay, cool. I don't care about code though. Wrong. You should care, because this means Gemini can do complex calculations, data analysis, and problem solving that other AI tools simply can't. Let me give you a real-world example that has nothing to do with programming. Say you're a freelance social media manager and you're trying to figure out the optimal posting schedule for a client. You've got 3 months of engagement data showing which posts performed best, what times they were posted, and which days of the week crushed it. I'm uploading this CSV file with the data, and here's my prompt. Analyze this engagement data and calculate the correlation between posting time, day of week, and engagement rate. Then create a visual chart showing the optimal posting schedule for maximizing reach. Show your calculations. Watch what happens. Gemini is writing Python code in the background to perform statistical analysis. It's not guessing. It's running actual correlation calculations, processing the data mathematically, and generating a visualization. And there it is, a heat map showing that this particular audience goes absolutely crazy for content posted on Tuesday mornings and Thursday afternoons, with specific time windows down to the hour. Plus, it's showing you the actual statistical confidence levels, so you know this isn't just random noise in the data. This took 20 seconds. Doing this manually in Excel or Google Sheets? You're looking at an hour minimum, and that's if you already know how to do correlation analysis. Here's another one that's practical for anyone running a business. You're launching a digital product. You need to figure out your pricing strategy based on your costs, competitor pricing, and target profit margins. You want to see different scenarios. What if you charge $27 versus $47 versus $97? I have fixed costs of $1,500 monthly and variable costs of $12 per sale. Competitors charge between $35 and $85. Calculate break-even points and projected monthly profit for pricing at $39, $49, and $69, assuming different sales volumes from 50 to 300 units. Create a table showing which price point maximizes profit at different volume scenarios. It's writing calculations, running multiple scenarios, and building a complete analysis table. Look at this output. It's showing you that at lower sales volumes, the $69 price point is optimal. But if you can hit higher volumes, the $49 sweet spot maximizes total revenue. This is the kind of business intelligence that people pay thousands for consultants to figure out. And you just got it in 30 seconds by having Gemini execute actual calculations instead of guessing. Section 3. Extensions that multiply your power. All right, this next section is where things get absolutely wild. Gemini has these things called extensions, and they basically let Gemini access and control your other Google services directly. I'm talking Gmail, Google Drive, Google Maps, YouTube, Google Flights, Google Hotels, all of it. Connected, talking to each other, with Gemini as the conductor. Let me show you how insane this gets. Here's a scenario. You're planning content for a YouTube channel about coffee culture. You need to research what's already popular in the niche, check your email for partnership opportunities, and organize everything in a document. Normally, this is tab hell. You're jumping between YouTube, your inbox, Google Docs, taking notes, copying and pasting. It's chaos. Watch this instead. First, make sure your extensions are enabled. Click your profile, go to Extensions, and toggle on YouTube and Gmail and Drive. Now here's my prompt. Search YouTube for the top performing videos about specialty coffee from the past 6 months. Identify common themes and topics. Then check my Gmail for any emails containing collaboration or partnership from coffee-related brands in the past month. Create a Google Doc summarizing video trends and potential partnerships worth following up on. Gemini is now actively searching YouTube with the extensions. It's going through actual video results, analyzing view counts and engagement. Simultaneously, it's searching through my actual email inbox for relevant messages. And look at this output. It found 12 trending videos, identified that coffee brewing science and ethical sourcing are exploding topics, and pulled 3 specific emails from brands that reached out for collaborations, including excerpts from the emails so I know exactly what they wanted. But here's the insane part. It created a Google Doc with all this information organized perfectly, and it's giving me the actual link to that document right here in the chat. There's the document, Trends section, Partnership Opportunities section, Action Items section. This would have taken me 2 hours of manual research and organization. It took 45 seconds. Let me show you another extension combo that's stupid useful for anyone who travels or works remotely. Say you're a consultant who needs to visit a client in Austin next month. You need to find flights, figure out where to stay near their office, and you've got an email somewhere with their office address. Check my Gmail for emails from Anderson Marketing containing an address in Austin. Find flights from Chicago to Austin for the week of March 15th under $400. Then find hotels within 3 miles of that Austin address for 3 nights. Give me the best options. It's searching my email for the address. Found it. It's in an email from 2 months ago I completely forgot about. Now it's searching flights through Google Flights. Found 5 options under my budget. Now it's searching hotels within 3 miles of that specific address. Complete travel plan. 3 flight options with times and prices. 4 hotel recommendations with distances from the client office and nightly rates, all cross-referenced, all from one prompt. This is the power of extensions. You're not using 5 different tools and manually connecting information. You're having an AI assistant that actually has access to do the work across platforms. Section 4, the context window advantage. Now I want to talk about something technical that has massive practical implications. It's called the context window, and it's the reason Gemini can do things other AI tools literally cannot. In simple terms, the context window is how much information the AI can hold in its memory at once during a conversation. Gemini's context window is absolutely massive. We're talking millions of tokens, which roughly translates to processing entire books worth of information in a single conversation. Why does this matter to you? Because it means you can feed Gemini enormous amounts of information and have it actually understand and work with all of it simultaneously. Let me give you a practical example. I'm a copywriter working on email sequences for a wellness brand. They've sent me their brand guidelines, 30 pages. Their previous campaign emails, 15 emails, customer testimonials, a 20-page document, and their product catalog, 40 pages. That's over 100 pages of information I need to understand to write effective emails that match their brand voice, reference the right products, and include authentic customer stories. I'm dropping all of it into Gemini right now, all 100+ pages. Using the brand guidelines, previous campaign emails, customer testimonials, and product catalog provided, write a 5-email welcome sequence for new subscribers. Match the brand voice exactly. Feature products appropriate for beginners and naturally incorporate real customer experiences. Make each email feel personal, not corporate. This is processing over 100 pages of context right now. It's analyzing the brand voice from guidelines. It's learning the writing style from previous emails. It's pulling authentic customer quotes. It's identifying which products make sense for a welcome sequence. And there's email 1. Look at this. It's naturally incorporated a customer testimonial about finally feeling energized in the morning, which came from page 14 of the testimonials document. It's featuring the beginner-friendly starter kit from the catalog. And the voice is matching their conversational, encouraging tone perfectly. This would take me personally at least 4 to 6 hours. Reading all those documents, taking notes, understanding the brand, drafting emails, finding the right testimonials, checking product details. Gemini just did it in about 2 minutes because it can actually hold all that information in context simultaneously. Here's another use case that's powerful for students or researchers. Say you're writing a thesis chapter and you have 10 academic papers you need to synthesize. That's potentially 200 to 300 pages of dense research. Upload them all. Then, analyze these 10 papers and identify the 3 main areas of consensus among researchers, the 2 main areas of disagreement or debate, and any significant gaps in the research that my thesis could address. Provide specific citations for each point. It's reading all 10 papers in full context right now, understanding the arguments, identifying patterns, noting contradictions. Look at this synthesis. It's showing consensus around specific methodologies with citations to papers 3, 7, and 8. It's identifying that papers 2 and 6 directly contradict each other on a key finding. And it's noting that none of the papers addressed a specific angle that creates an opening for original research. This is PhD-level literature review work happening in minutes instead of weeks. Section 5. Live data and real-time information. Here's something that separates Gemini from many other AI tools. It can access real-time information from the web. It's not stuck with training data from 2 years ago. It can go out and search the internet right now for current information. This is massive for anything time-sensitive or rapidly changing. Let's say you're a content creator covering tech news. You want to write an article about the latest developments in VR headsets, but you want current information. What was announced this week? What reviewers are saying? What the actual market looks like right now? Search for the latest VR headset releases and announcements from the past 2 weeks. What are tech reviewers saying about the newest models? What are the current price points? Give me a summary I can use for an article about where VR is heading in 2026. Gemini is searching the web right now. It's pulling from news articles, reviews, press releases, and tech blogs. And there's your research. New headset from Meta announced 4 days ago. Price comparison across current models. Summary of reviewer consensus on comfort improvements. Even a quote from a Verge article published yesterday about market trends. This is current real-time information. You're not working with outdated data. You're getting what's happening right now. Here's another practical use case for anyone in a competitive business environment. You're running a social media agency and you want to understand what strategies your competitors are currently using. Not what they did last year, what they're doing this week. Search for the top 5 social media marketing agencies in Denver. What services are they highlighting on their websites right now? What are their current pricing structures? What are recent clients saying about them in testimonials or reviews from the past month? Identify any gaps in their services I could capitalize on. It's searching competitor websites, looking for recent client reviews, checking their service pages. Complete competitive analysis. It found that 4 out of 5 agencies are heavily pushing TikTok services, but only 1 is offering LinkedIn B2B strategy. It's showing current pricing from their public info, and it's noting that recent reviews mention clients struggling with analytics reporting, a potential service gap. This is market intelligence you'd normally pay for or spend hours manually researching, and it's current as of this week, not based on old cached data. Section 6. Prompt chaining for complex workflows. Now let's talk about a technique that turns Gemini from a helpful tool into an absolute productivity monster. It's called prompt chaining, and it's basically having Gemini do multiple steps in sequence, using the output from one step as the input for the next. This is how you automate entire workflows that normally take hours. Let me show you a real content creation workflow. Say you're creating a video about sustainable investing. You need to research the topic, create an outline, write a script, and generate description text for YouTube. Instead of 4 separate conversations, watch this. Search for the latest trends in sustainable investing from the past 6 months. Focus on ESG funds, green bonds, and impact investing. Summarize the key points in a bulleted list. Good. There's our research. Now, without starting a new conversation. Using the research points you just provided, create a detailed video outline for a 15-minute YouTube video explaining sustainable investing for beginners. Include timestamps and talking points for each section. Perfect. Now it's building on that research to create structure. Next, now take that outline and write a complete script for the video. Make it conversational and engaging, not formal or academic. Include hooks at the beginning and transitions between sections. There's the full script, built directly from the outline, which was built from the research. Now, final step, based on the video script you just wrote, create an optimized YouTube description including a compelling hook, timestamps, relevant hashtags, and a call to action. And done. We just went from 0 to a completely researched, outlined, scripted video with optimized YouTube metadata in one continuous workflow. Each step built logically on the previous one. This is how professionals are using Gemini to compress hours of work into minutes. You're not treating it like a magic button that does everything at once. You're guiding it through a logical process, but the AI is doing the heavy lifting at each stage. Let me show you one more workflow that's valuable for anyone building a business. You're launching a coaching program and need to go from concept to sales page copy. Prompt 1. I want to create a coaching program about public speaking for entrepreneurs. Help me brainstorm what modules this program should include and what transformation clients would experience. Prompt 2. Using those module ideas, create a detailed curriculum outline with learning objectives for each module. Prompt 3. Based on this curriculum, write compelling sales page copy that focuses on the transformation and outcomes, not just the features. Include a headline, subheadline, body copy, and call to action. From concept to complete sales copy in one flowing conversation, each step building on the last. This is how you unlock Gemini's real power. Strategic prompt chaining that mirrors how you actually work, but with AI doing the execution. Section 7. Gemini for teams and collaboration. Let's shift gears and talk about something most solo users don't even realize exists: Gemini for Workspace. This is where Gemini integrates directly into Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Gmail. If you work with a team or collaborate with clients, this is going to change your entire workflow. I'm in a Google Doc right now. Notice this little Help Me Write button? That's Gemini built directly into the document. Here's a practical scenario. You're working on a project proposal with 3 other team members. Everyone's thrown in their ideas in a messy bullet point format. You need to turn this into professional proposal language. Instead of manually rewriting everything, I'm just selecting this section and clicking Help Me Write. Turn these bullet points into professional proposal language with smooth transitions. Keep the technical details, but make it compelling and easy to read. And it's rewriting the section right there in the document, not in a separate chat window where you have to copy and paste. It's integrated directly into your workflow. But here's where it gets really collaborative. See how it's showing the AI suggestions in suggesting mode? That means your team members can review the AI-generated content, accept it, reject it, or modify it, just like they'd review a human teammate's edits. You're not removing the human element. You're giving your team an AI collaborator that speeds up the draft process so humans can focus on refinement and strategy. Now let's jump into Sheets, because this is where things get wild for anyone working with data. I've got a sales data spreadsheet here. Let's say I want to analyze this data, but I don't want to write formulas or create pivot tables manually. I'm opening Gemini in the sidebar and typing, analyze this sales data and create a summary showing total revenue by product category, identify the top 3 performing products, and calculate month-over-month growth. Add the analysis in a new sheet. Gemini is writing formulas, creating calculations, and building a new analysis sheet automatically. There it is, a clean analysis sheet with organized data, growth calculations, and clear top performers highlighted. This would take most people 20 to 30 minutes to build manually with VLOOKUP formulas and pivot tables. Section 8, pricing and which plan you actually need. All right, let's talk about money because I know that's what you're wondering. What does all this actually cost? And which plan do you need? Google Gemini has 3 tiers, and I'm going to be straight with you about what's worth it. First, there's the free tier. You get access to Gemini with reasonable usage limits, basic features, and standard response times. For casual users who want to try AI or use it occasionally, this is fine. But here's the reality. The free tier has limitations on how many prompts you can send, how large your files can be, and you don't get the advanced reasoning or priority access. Then there's Gemini Advanced, which is $20 per month. This is what most serious users need. You get dash access to Ultra 1.0, which is Google's most powerful model. Longer context windows for processing massive documents, minus priority access during high traffic times, integration with workspace apps, much higher usage limits. If you're using Gemini for work, content creation, research, or any serious application, this is the tier you want. The difference in capability between free and advanced is substantial. Finally, there's Gemini for Workspace, which is $125 per month and includes everything from advanced plus the deep integrations with Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Gmail. This is for teams, businesses, or power users who live in Google Workspace and want AI built directly into those tools. Here's my honest recommendation. If you're just curious, start with free to learn the interface. If you're actually trying to improve your productivity or build a business, jump to Gemini Advanced. The $20 is nothing compared to the time you'll save. If you're working with a team or you're constantly in Google Docs and Sheets collaborating, get the Workspace plan. I personally use Gemini Advanced, and it's paid for itself 100 times over in time saved. Section 9. Common mistakes people make. Before we wrap this up, I want to quickly cover the biggest mistakes I see people making with Gemini, because these are costing you results. Mistake number 1, vague prompts. Write me something about marketing is going to give you garbage. Write a 300-word Instagram caption announcing a new plant-based protein powder, targeting fitness beginners, with a casual tone and ending with a question to drive engagement will give you something actually usable. Specificity is everything. Context, audience, format, tone, purpose. Give Gemini what it needs to help you. Mistake number 2, not using follow-up prompts. People ask one question, get a response, and if it's not perfect, they give up. Wrong approach. Gemini has memory within the conversation. If the first output is close but not quite right, say, make that more casual, or expand the second paragraph with specific examples, or remove the corporate jargon and write like you're texting a friend. Iteration is the secret. The first response is a starting point, not the finish line. Mistake number 3, not leveraging the multimodal features. People are still typing descriptions of images instead of just uploading the image. They're copy-pasting text from PDFs instead of uploading the PDF directly. Use the features that are there. Upload your files, your images, your data. Let Gemini actually see what you're working with. Mistake number 4, ignoring the extensions. I showed you the power of extensions earlier. Most people have them turned off or don't even know they exist. Go into your settings right now. Enable YouTube, Gmail, Drive, Maps, Flights, all of them. Let Gemini actually access your information and tools. And final mistake, expecting AI to do your thinking for you. Gemini is a tool, not a replacement for your brain. The people getting incredible results are using AI to execute their ideas faster, not to come up with the ideas for them. You still need strategy. You still need creativity. You still need to understand your audience and your goals. Gemini amplifies your capabilities. It doesn't replace them. Closing and CTA. Look, we've covered a ton in this video. Multimodal processing, code execution, extensions, massive context windows, real-time data, prompt chaining, team collaboration, and practical workflows that actually save you hours every single day. But here's what I want you to understand. AI is not some future thing anymore. It's not coming. It's here. It's working. And the gap between people who are using tools like Gemini effectively and people who aren't is growing every single day. In 2026, this isn't an advantage anymore. It's a baseline requirement. Your competitors are using these tools. The creators getting more reach than you are using them. The businesses growing faster than yours are using them. You can either learn this stuff now and join that group, or you can wait and be perpetually behind. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, if this video helped you understand what Gemini can actually do, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this to more people who need it. Second, subscribe to this channel because I'm going deep on AI tools, productivity systems, and practical techniques that actually move the needle. No fluff, no hype, just stuff that works. Third, and this is the most important one, open Gemini right now and try one thing from this video. Not tomorrow, not when you have time, right now. Pick one feature, Maybe it's uploading a document and asking for a summary. Maybe it's using extensions to search YouTube and create a doc. Maybe it's prompt chaining through a workflow. Just pick one and do it. Because watching videos doesn't change anything. Action does. Drop a comment below telling me which feature you tried first and what results you got. I read every comment and I'll help you troubleshoot if you get stuck. And if you want more specific tutorials on any of these features, let me know in the comments. I'll create deep dives on whatever you're most interested in. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video where we're going to talk about combining Gemini with other AI tools to create completely automated workflows that run on autopilot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.